Don't Wander the Navajo Nation at Night. By Redditor My Morning Mojito. The name is Alex. It's a generic white boy name, I'm aware, but I was actually born and raised in a small town called Chinle. Chinle is nestled deep in the arid mountains of the northeast Navajo Nation, in the northeast corner of Arizona. While many Arizonan small towns embody some sort of nostalgic Americana feel, this cannot be said for any town on the reservation. The reservation, Chinle included, was rife with poverty, alcoholism, abuse, and social isolation. It's the closest you can get to hell within the United States. So, perhaps it isn't any wonder that after buying vodka from a friend at the age of 16, I was merely wandering the outskirts of the town, taking swigs of vodka. My father was abusive, my mother dead. I had no real reason to return home for the night, nor did my father have any reason to care if I returned. I had a bottle of vodka in one hand, and a gun in my jacket pocket in the off chance some shit went down, as it tends to on the res. The night would have been memorable even without my petrifying and life-changing experience, as it was a frigid March night, temperatures below freezing. A light dusting of snow was falling from the pitch-dark night sky. That's the one benefit of the Navajo Nation's clear night skies, but it's truly akin to finding one diamond in 50 acres of shit. I walked in a lackadaisical fashion alongside a two-lane road, or rural road on which few ever drove. I heard rustling noises in the bushes to the left, and spotted a coyote. I shrugged it off. I'd had dozens of encounters with coyotes in my life. I had no reason to fear it. I took another swig of vodka and continued walking, hoping I could reach the state line by 1 a.m. The crisp night air seemed to accelerate into a much more frigid, windy atmosphere. Something felt off. Something felt deeply ominous in an unsettling way. I glanced to my left again. The coyote, which must have been 25 yards from me prior, was now about 10 yards away from me, and slowly walking my direction. Perhaps it's hostile, I thought to myself. Regardless, I remained largely apathetic, though I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a modicum of fear at this point. 30 seconds later, I'm still walking down the road. The coyote is within 30 feet of me, keeping pace with me. It didn't seem outwardly hostile from a cursory glance, it just appeared as if it was following me, as if I had a nice slab of steak in my back pocket. I turned to the coyote. I was growing deeply concerned. A drop of icy sweat dripped past my brow. The wind only grew stronger and the coyote closer. I considered my options, and quickly realized that I could get fucked over if I didn't act. Seeing as I was the track star of the Chinle High School, I leaped forward at a rapid pace and simply ran for it. I bolted. I hauled ass. I sprinted. The coyote remained walking momentarily, as if he didn't want to bother some drunken teenager sprinting through a frigid desert. Then the coyote rapidly picked up his pace, and within seconds, was a mere few feet behind me. The facade of passiveness in the coyote's eyes had vanished. I saw pure hatred. I swore its eyes were yellow, I swear it. I had never seen anything like it in my life. Absolutely frightened, I smashed the bottle of vodka across its skull when it came no more than a foot behind me. While the coyote was wounded, I wasn't fucking around, I continued running. I paused for a second, and continued running. The glass was easily lodged within the coyote's head. I looked back and saw a pool of blood formulating on the icy road. I looked forward, then again looked back and did a double take. The coyote no longer had a wound on its head, and it was again running full force towards me. So, I did something that is completely illegal on the reservation, something worse than bootlegging alcohol at the age of 16. I pulled out my grandfather's old pistol I carried and fired a shot. I missed. I tried again. Missed again. The coyote is again feet behind me, snarling something violent, as if it's trying to communicate. The ominous silence had vanished, the coyote was enraged and inhuman. A third shot, this time it landed in the coyote's head yet again. Wounded, yet again. And, you better believe I didn't stop to celebrate. I had seen what this bastard was capable of. I dropped my pistol and ran. Then I saw the headlights. Headlights. I frantically stood in the middle of the road, motioning towards the oncoming car, attempting to stop him. Most Navajo don't pick up hitchhikers for safety precautions, so I was going to force this guy to let me in. Within 10 seconds, the man driving the vehicle came to a screeching halt, almost slipping on the black ice. I stood by the passenger door and he reluctantly rolled down his window. "Let me in, a fucking coyote is chasing me. I'm not a delinquent, I swear, please sir, trust me." He simply nodded his head and let me inside the vehicle. He must have been drunk, I figured. As I took deep, long breaths as I buckled my seatbelt, I gazed into the rearview mirror of the automobile, driven by a silent drunk Navajo man. The coyote was running behind us, easily going faster than 30 miles per hour, maybe 40 miles per hour. The man took notice of this and began speeding up. "Kid, is this what chased you?" he said in an incomprehensible slur. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a coyote. The faster it ran, I began to see it. Antlers. A pelt on its head. Wait, his head. The four-legged creature was now on its hind legs. Wait, no, where did his other two legs go? The driver glanced at me and locked eyes with me. "Skinwalker," he said calmly. "That is a skinwalker. I will drive fast now," he said. 60 miles per hour, it followed. 65 miles per hour, it followed. Once we reached a magical 80 miles per hour in his beat-up Toyota, the creature was no longer visible in the rear-view mirror. The driver chuckled in a drunken fashion and said, "Ha, skinwalkers, and tourists who come here say it's just folklore."